Hi, and welcome back to Thone's Mount Nibbles, number 42. True worship, about fasting. We're going to be reading Matthew 6, verses 16 to 18. Moreover, when ye fast, be not, as the hypocrites, of a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces, that they may appear unto men to fast. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But thou, when thou fastest, anoint thy head, and wash thy face, that thou appear not unto men to fast, but unto thy Father which is in secret. And thy Father which sees in secret shall reward thee openly. How to fast. Why is this in the Bible? It's to explain proper and improper fasting. And the communications is motives and methods. The application to my life, we note that first of all, God does anticipate and approve of fasting. Technically, the only commandment to fast for a Jewish person is once a year on the Day of Atonement, and the Jewish person is supposed to, on Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, a Jewish person is supposed to fast from sundown the day before in our calendar to sundown the day of. This was exaggerated during the time of Jesus by the Pharisees, who fasted both Mondays and Thursdays. That's my laundry days, by the way, Monday and Thursdays. Do laundry. God has no problem with this schedule, but he had a big problem with the method and the motive that they had. They fasted deliberately showing they were suffering, and this making this a show place for how holy they were. We note that, again, fasting isn't wrong, but it was not intended to edify those who were fasting. Jesus fasted. Many of the members of the early church fasted. The fast is intended to be a demonstration of commitment to doing right and of suffering to contemplate the Word of God. It appears in times of sadness, prayer, charity, and especially seeking of God's will. Those are the kinds of times that you would expect to, if you were fasting, to do it. God says, fasting is not a requirement for my saved people. However, it is useful when carried out appropriately, and it's a tool, but not a requirement. My personal response: Lord, thank you for providing this additional option in our communication with you. Let us always use it with discretion in our worship of you. A side note, some people should not fast. There are medical situations where fasting is not recommended by anyone, and I happen to be a diabetic, so I do not fast because I don't want to disturb the normal flow of my food intake, creation of insulin, and full outtake. So there are people with medical conditions, and this happening to be one of them, which we should not consider fasting. Otherwise, it is an option which you may or may not decide to use. I'll see you next time.